Welcome back to the Lazy A-Hole Ranch. My name is Allie, and we are building an arched cabin in Colorado. We're also following a stick build next door for Mike's mom, which is where we are today. But first, we're going to follow Mike as he fabricates another downrod for one of her lights. Hello, Chef Kit. Mike's mom has vaulted ceilings for her living room and kitchen. The problem with that is the downrods that are supplied with the lighting and ceiling fan aren't long enough so that those lights and ceiling fan reach the desired height in the room. Mike solved this issue by going to our local hardware store and picking up several pieces of 1/2-inch round tube. He then cut those to length, threaded them, and painted them to match the other downrods, thus creating the perfect length. So Mike used his lathe that he bought at Harbor Freight several years ago to hold the tap in place to make sure it was straight. Once Mike got that 1/2-inch round tube threaded and then connected together using threaded nipples, it was time to cut the angle for the downrod to make sure it matched the angle of the ceiling where it would meet up with its connection. To accomplish this, Mike first took measurements of the actual ceiling and took careful notes. He transferred those measurements over to a protractor, which is that yellow item you see here. And then using the protractor, he got a sliding bevel gauge, which is a tool used to transfer angles. And he matched the angle on the protractor. He also measured the distance on the connections to the light so that he would have that distance correct and have the right angle on each of those downrods. And at the length of these downrods, getting them to maintain that exact same distance, the entire length, was a challenging task in itself. And next, it was time for Mike to transfer that angle from the sliding bevel gauge over to the new downrod that was going to be cut. Mike used a hacksaw to make the cut, and then he chucked it up in the lathe to square up that cut end. He used the tap one more time to thread that end. And then used a file to clean up the marks left behind by the vise. Eventually we're going to get something that has some soft jaws.
So, hopefully when this all goes up, the light sits level.
And then to prep it for paint, he wiped it down with some acetone, washed up, and then had at it with the paint.
Step into my state-of-the-art paint booth.
Lights, camera, action. Ladies and gentlemen, we have lighting at Mike's mom's house. Her ceiling fan and light is in, but the switch is not there yet.
Let there be light! Yay! So about half of her lighting has been installed at this point. I can tell you that she saved a pile of money by purchasing her lights through various big box stores versus a lighting specific store. One of the nice things about living in this day and age is if you see something you like, but they don't have that store anywhere near you, you can just order it online and have it shipped. That happened a lot on this project. As you can see, they have started installing her trim and her cabinetry for her kitchen. For the trim, they went with a very simple, rough, rustic look for the inside of the cabin. For the wood finish on this cabinetry, she went with this lovely rustic hickory. They finished the wood trim for the stairs, and then also put in all of her doors. They covered the floor in plastic to protect it. Next up is tile and countertops.
Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now get out there and do the thing. I know you can. Digging on the acoustics in here. Hush, hush, keep it down, down, voices carry. I do kind of want to record something in here. I'm really Rosie, and I'm Rosie real. You